We on O Block. You got plenty of places you can go, and one for sure that's going to accept you there free of charge. You getting up out of here, period.
Back up on the move, touchdown in my hometown, got nothing to lose. I am on my own now, I am in control now. I need you to go now, I can fix my own crown. Back up on my move.
Hey y'all, it's The Breeze, and you're plugged into The Breeze lifestyle. If this is not your first time here, you already know we locked in, friend. But either way, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you want to support your girl some more, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at The Breeze Lifestyle. Now, let's just go ahead and get into it. The hair is giving me natural baddie, so I ain't do no lashes, no lip. Just giving y'all natural vibes. You already know I love to hear from y'all how y'all like the look. What y'all think about this look? Is it giving? I think it's perfect. Like, I could cut it a little bit, but I'm scared, so it's going like this, and I feel like it's cute. What y'all think? I think this is giving, is that a wig? Because, yeah, it's a wig, and if you want to see me install this wig, go ahead and look at my wig video. I'll put it in the description. But y'all, even more exciting news. As you're watching this, y'all, I'm on vacation. Based on the outfit, I'm sure, let me stand up a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure you know where I'm at. Put it in the comments where I'm at. I'm sure you know. But do you know who I'm with? A couple of your faves and my faves. I am Asia in Life with Some. Y'all, this trip is super exciting. Mind you, as I'm recording this, because I'm bulk recording for y'all, it's January 4th. I'm not there yet, but I'm just claiming it in the name of Jesus that we about to have a great time. I already know it's going to be a vibe, like a vibe. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But for y'all, I cannot leave y'all hanging. Like I told y'all, it's Breezuaryyy. It's almost my birthday. So I got to come hard with this content. And we're going to get into this story that I kind of told y'all about a little bit. But it kind of leads into me fighting Dejanay. But let's start off with finesse. All right, so at this time, we already had my baby. I told y'all he was living with me. But let me just run it back just a little bit, just to show you, like, from when I started dealing with him, when Dejanay first came into the picture. Mind you, I was probably dealing with him for, like, almost a year by the time Dejanay came in the picture. I started dealing with him, Finesse, aka my baby daddy. I started messing with him in 11th grade of high school. And he started messing with Dejanay the beginning of 12th grade year because I got kicked out. If you want to see that story time, it's in the description if I didn't forget. If not, I got a whole playlist about my baby daddy chronicles. Go check it out. Start from the bottom, I think. Look at which one is older. Start from the oldest one. It'll all make sense because Dejanay ain't the first side chick, okay? So anyway, so yeah. So when I first met him, I mean, when we first started dating, we had a little bit of problems. Like, it wasn't perfect, but we also didn't have responsibilities. So us hanging out and having a good time when we was actually together, it outweighed any problems that we was having because, like, it really wasn't nothing to go off of. We was kids. So when I had my baby, so just to run it down a little bit, Dejanay came into the picture. We was arguing, whatever. I ended up jumping one of her friends or whatever, go watch her story time. And me and her was supposed to fight when I was pregnant because we was arguing on Facebook or whatever. So I really, in my soul, wanted to beat the bricks off of this girl. Like, it was beyond her dealing with finesse. It was her mouth, and she just talked so much. And I'm not perfect. I was going back and forth with her too. But at the same time, like, it was just the principle, like, girl, you swear that you got a position. And that's my young mind. Obviously, this man, aka Finesse, is giving her that position. Like, there's no way a girl is going to be that bold. Well, I'm not going to say no way. But 9 times out of 10, a girl is not going to be that bold to be arguing with the man if that man ain't giving her main energies, period. So, okay. We didn't fight. Me and Finesse is going through the motions. So I'm pregnant, and we actually was doing okay. Like, he used to always walk me to my house from the bus stop, open my door for me because I had to pee really bad. I would pee right before I left school, almost missed the bus sometimes. And still, by the time I got home, which is like a 20 or 30 minute ride, I had to pee so bad. I had to walk up a hill, and then I had an apartment. So he would always run, like when we got to my house, he would always run up the steps before me, unlock the door so I could run straight to the bathroom. So he wasn't all bad, but it's definitely bad outweighed the good. But at this point in time, like, we was good until he used to go different places. Like I said, he was, I don't even want to say he was a D diddler, because he really wasn't dealing D except for the one in his pants. I don't know. He wasn't really doing too much as far as bringing money home, but this is what he was saying that he was doing or whatever. He had to go here and go there to do this and do that, and never came home with jack, like nothing. So basically, we was doing good or whatever. He was doing what he had to do. I wasn't really tripping on him. He would cook for me. He would give me food or whatever. And sometimes I would have to pay for him to get the food, but he still was going to walk to the store and get the food for me. We ain't have Uber Eats and DoorDash and all of that. So I will say, even though he was a brokey, he was doing things to make me happy. Like, he was making me happy at that time. So one time he had went out to the suburbs, because obviously he was saying that his clientele was in the suburbs because he was selling powder, supposedly, or rock. I don't know. I really didn't get into too much of his business because it wasn't a profitable business. So anyway, one time he came home and he just kind of passed out. And I went through his phone. And I seen some things that I didn't like. And mind you, I've gone through this man's phone so many times. I'm the hacker, okay? I'm going into your Instagram. I'm changing the password. I'm logging into your Gmail. I know the security, I know everything about you, basically. I know the security questions. I'm going to change that. Like, that was the type of girlfriend I was, because the man was always cheating on me. And I was always going to find out, and I was still going to stay. Yeah, dumb, delusional. But I just went through his phone, and I can't remember exactly what I found. But long story short, he was cheating on me while I was pregnant. And with he paid for it. You feel me? And it was just like, first of all, busting it open for you. Second of all, it's popping. You can't hardly. What's going on? Why you gotta pay for it? I just don't understand. I don't get it. Like, and that made me a little, I will say, a little insecure, because I felt like this was my first. And I just felt like, oh, maybe I'm just not nasty enough, or I'm not freaky enough. I don't know. I know it's hitting. But maybe I'm just not doing enough that's making him, maybe he's used to something else. Him being my first and him being a thotty box, it made me insecure, because I felt like these girls was doing something that I wasn't doing. Young ladies, don't fall for it, okay? He gonna cheat. It don't have nothing to do with you, like nothing. So I say, if you're young, keep your cootie to yourself. I don't care what Meg and Young Miami and all of them is talking about. It ain't worth it, period. Because these young ninjas, all they want is to get their dick wet, okay? So focus on you, focus on your goals, and go from there. All right, so anyway, so I found out that he cheated on me when I was pregnant. And let's say, okay, I had my baby in October. I found out that he was cheating, let's say in like July. And I loved him. Like, loved it, loved every part of it. It was just so sensual, so amazing. Like, so it's not like I'm holding, because some people get pregnant and they don't like to do it. And it was like, that was not our case. We had no problems in that area. So it's like, I had to go from like June or July to giving birth, because I was not sleeping with you anymore. Because now it's like, okay, you're risking my baby's health, like my child, our child's health, because you want some different cootie cat. Like, I didn't get that. And I wasn't like, it's certain things when I did become a mother, like when I got pregnant, certain things woke me up. Like, I wasn't as delusional. Now, I wasn't the smartest or the sharpest tool in the shed when it came to finesse, but I still was slowly but surely, like, not doing all the dumb things that I used to do, because now I'm not just thinking about myself, I'm thinking about me and somebody else. So with that being said, I wasn't sleeping with him. So we broke up or whatever. He ended up moving out for a little while, because he lived with me and my mom for a while in 2 different houses. So he moved out because I kicked him out. I didn't throw his stuff out or nothing, but I kicked him out. You gotta go. Like, this is disrespectful. Like, this is disrespectful. So when it came time for my baby shower, y'all, another sidebar. Please, please don't settle because you don't want to be alone. Because I'm gonna tell you what I did, and it did not help my situation. So I did not want to be that girl at her baby shower by herself. Like, I would rather fake it with finesse than have all my family and friends while I'm a young teen mom about to be pull up to this baby shower and it's just me. Like, throw the whole baby shower away if that's the point. Like, I would rather just not have the baby shower. So I ended up talking to him, letting him know, like, we're not getting back together, but if you want to come to the baby shower, like, you can come to the baby shower. And he was like, of course I want to go to the baby shower. So had the baby shower, had a good time, you know, whatever. And that was the worst thing I probably could have did, because us being together again, he's pleading to me, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to do nothing no more. And I'm like, okay, babe, well, I just want to make sure, like, you're around when the baby's here, that I want to be a family. So anyway, basically opened the door, let him back in. He didn't necessarily move back in, but he moved back in, if you know what I mean. All he needed was 2 pairs of sneakers and a couple outfits, and baby, he was living there. But he only lived maybe a 20-minute walk, maybe not even that, from my house anyway. So, okay, cool. So we're on decent terms. I have my baby, and basically, long story short, my baby had to go into the NICU for a week, and then after a week, I had to go into the hospital for a week. So in that time, he was a great dad. Like, in that time, he was a great dad. I would say the first month of my son's life, like, he was there, and he was a good dad. He was taking care of me and taking care of my son. But I feel like once I got on my feet, because I had a C-section, so it took me a while to heal and everything. So once I got back on my feet, he was back in them streets. Like, it just, I feel like which I'm thankful for, don't get me wrong, but I feel like once he seen that I was down, he realized he had to be in survival mode, and he had to do everything for his child, which I am grateful for. Even though he wasn't the only one, my mom was there, my grandma was there as well. But when my grandma had left, because she lived in another state, so she stayed for like a week. When my grandma left, when my mom was at work and I was out of commission, like, he was on it. Like, he was cooking, cleaning bottles, feeding baby, changing diapers. Like, he was doing it all. He was a great dad at first. And I think that must have kind of like, whoosh, baby, this is a lot of work. I need some freedom. I need to be outside. So after that, it's like things kind of started getting back to normal, where he just wanted to be outside so much. He would be outside all day, come back home, and always talk about how he got to get money, this, but nothing. Like, if we did get stuff, it would be from his side of the family, who would be giving stuff for the baby, but it really wasn't, he really wasn't on nothing when it came to money. So anyway, fast forward, we moved to another house, because that house ended up having like the what's it called? The ceiling was like leaking. And this apartment was like a makeshift apartment. It was like a big, I guess it was an apartment, but it was like, they made it into an apartment because it was like I say it was like 10 times, I'm sorry. But basically, you remember those ceilings at school, how like they like squares and you could push them up? Like, we was in the hood, that's what we had, and it was like a leak from the 3rd floor. We was on the 2nd floor. It was a leak from the 3rd floor, and they didn't want to fix it, and it ended up starting to get moldy or whatever, so we ended up moving. So when we moved on his block, okay? So let's say O block. I don't know, I just came to my mind. So let's say he lived on O block, so we moved on O block. And that was the worst thing that we could have did. Like, I was so excited about it, because I'm like, okay, well, if we right here, he always gonna be home. Like, he always have to leave and walk 20 minutes, and then he don't feel like walking back home, so he stayed a little longer. So now, since he's right here, and I mean smack dead on O block, there's no way he won't spend more time in the house. If there's a will, there's a way. That man was outside, okay? He did not play games about being outside. You would think he was like, I don't know, serving everybody the way he was outside. But no, he was just outside getting high and talking to his friends. Like, that's really was his day. So, okay, cool. So, life is going on, life is going on, life is going on. So, let's go. I want to say, because I ended up getting a job at a nursing home. And he still didn't have a job. And I tried so hard. Like, I really tried to make that boy a man. And what K. Michelle say?
You can't raise a man, and he's already grown. What you gonna do? You wonder why he acts like a boy, cause he wasn't raised right before you.
Period. Now, just, I don't want to give too much information, but his parents was really young when they had him. So I'll give him that he really wasn't, I don't want to say he wasn't raised right, but I could understand why he didn't understand how to be a father. You feel me? I can understand. But it's like, I know plenty of men who never even had a family and they great fathers. But anyway, so that's not an excuse, but just giving you a little more, because people swear I don't tell the good parts or, you know, whatever. I'm just telling it how it was, and some of the good parts don't even matter. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm letting other people get in my head, and I got to stop that because, yeah, y'all. Anyway, we ain't even going to get into that. So anyway, so cool. We living on the block, on O Block, and everything is kind of cool. Like, he does watch my baby when I go to work. He already know that's his time, but he takes that to say, all right, once I get home, as soon as I open that door and walk into that door, 5 minutes later, he got something to do. Somebody been waiting on him. He couldn't move because he had the baby and this and that. Or sometimes I would come home, depending on what schedule I work. It's like, oh, my mom watching the baby. Where's he at? You know, just little things. And it's like, bro, like, where's the family? Like, where's the family vibe in this? It's like, that's why I understand when people say when they have a baby, it changes everything. Because it's like, now when I'm not home and I'm slaving at a job, you're at home, you feel like this is so much for you that as soon as I come in, you want to put it on me, and we can't never really do this together. Like, so I just felt like it just was weird. And we did have our time together. We still was doing it and stuff like that. Like, but it just wasn't, it wasn't what I expected. Like, I expected real love. And he did, okay, oh, I got to tell that story time about him going to jail. Because he went to jail twice. So this time, which one was first? Okay, yeah, he went to jail after this. So, okay, cool. So, all right, he is doing his thing, whatever. So, bam, that's just how our life is. He cheated on me when I was pregnant. After I was pregnant, I'm not going to say that he didn't cheat on me again, but he got smarter in the way that he was cheating. I was still searching and looking for things, and I wasn't really finding anything. So I did stop for a while. I'm like, okay, because I felt like, okay, I stood down 10 toes, and I told him to get out of my house. It was a few months, and then I let him back in. So I felt like he knew not to play with me. Like, he knew not to play with me. But in all reality, he just played the game smarter. And that's why, ladies, whether you young or you old, if you are like, because sometimes a man will cheat on you, but not like sexually or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not even judging. If you know that you're not going to leave that man, do not tell him how you caught him cheating. Just bring it up and don't, well, how'd you find this out? No, don't tell him. Now, me, I told my man everything. Yeah, I went through your Facebook. Yeah, I seen this on. Yeah, I did that. Somebody told me. Like, I was telling him everything. And that's why he was able to do it a little smarter, like to make sure that he didn't get caught again. So, all right, cool. We kind of living, I would say I'm settling for the family that I have because I want my family so bad. Like I said, at this time, it's my only body. I'm head over heels. Like, I don't care. It's a hood love fairy tale to me. So, it's like, cool. So, one day, I don't know, I was just drinking a little bit and I just felt like, let me check. Like, let me see what's going on. Let me look on Facebook, see what's going on. So I'm upstairs, he's downstairs, the baby's in his room or whatever. So I'm upstairs and I'm just, you know, I might say creeping, but it felt like I was creeping because I was sneaking, right? I think, Oh, I think I actually had his phone, but he didn't know because I was looking through text messages as well. So I'm looking through text messages, I'm looking through pictures. I don't really see anything. It's nothing there. I said, let me go on Facebook because that was our thing at the time. Instagram was probably out, but it wasn't really like there was no DMs, there was no none of that. So, all right, cool. So I go through Facebook. You know I found something. Like, you know it's something there. Because if you go looking enough, you're going to find what you're looking for. And I definitely found what I was looking for. And it was up. Like, at this point, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of it all. And it's just irritating my soul that you're not putting money up in this family. You're living off of me for free. You don't put food on the table. You don't put clothes on my child's back. You don't buy diapers. Now, he might have bought diapers once or twice, but still, that's not enough. It's not enough. So, for you to be messing with other girls, like, what he was messaging them was giving very much you're trying to meet up with them. And you probably know them. You know, again, I don't know exactly what I saw, but I know it pissed me off. And it was more than one girl in them inboxes. And I was just like, bro. And it wasn't like, you know how people be like, I hate to see my man going out sad, like reaching out to girls and they ain't giving him no play. Oh, they was playing, okay? They was having full conversations. I don't like that. Like, what is going on here? Because you couldn't tell me my man wasn't fine. Even now, like, my baby dad is probably a 6.5, 7. Like, not right now. I seen him recently, y'all. Oh my gosh, he looked bad. He looked bad, y'all. I love my God for just getting this film of foolishness off my eyes and making me actually leave. I didn't leave 100% this time, but still, I'm glad I left when I did. I learned what I needed to learn, and it is what it is. But anyway, sorry, y'all. And I'm not just saying that, like, because, you know, people be looking at their baby dad, they be looking good, and they be like, oh, he looks a mess. No. If I could show you what my baby dad looked like in high school versus what he looked like now, you would be like, who is stressing this man out? Who is stressing this man out? Because it ain't me. He's stressing his own self out. But anyway, so I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm in that room, like, what am I about to do? Because enough is enough. Like, I feel like, for lack of a better term, you're leeching off of me. And you're out here, like, you got it. Like, I'm not saying that he was acting like he had money to these girls. He could get a girl off of the gift of gab. Like, he really had that. But I'm like, boy, like, no. And mind you, I know this was my first, but I'm standing on it. The dick is good, okay? It was good. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I know you throwing it. Either you are or you about to. Like, I didn't like to play with that. And the fact that you even making me think that somebody else about to get my... Why are we here? Why am I in this situation? I don't understand, but that's where I was. So I just was pissed off, fed up, and it's just like, you know, I'm telling y'all this because what I did next was wrong. It was wrong. But in that state of mind, I just had enough of it. Like, I had enough. I'm tired of arguing with girls. I'm tired of you telling me I'm your only and I don't even feel like I'm top dog sometimes. I'm just tired of you cheating on me. Like, tired of it. And I'm tired of you being broke, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, come on. Something's got to give. So when I tell you I went down them steps already on 9.5. I was already on 9.5, but I wasn't totally on 10. He could have finessed me, and he could have brought me down a couple notches. So I go, and I'm like, why are you playing with me? He like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why are you talking to girls on Facebook? Like, I don't understand why you're playing with me. When I tell you, that man laughed in my face, and the next thing that he heard and felt was boom. I just could not resist myself. I smacked that man. I can't remember if I smacked him or if I punched him. I just know it was hard, and I know it was smack dead in his face because why are you playing with me? And I stood right over him like I was ready to do it again. Now, let me just say, he probably wasn't laughing at me, even though he probably was laughing at me. But I think it was more so like, this girl is crazy. Like, she went through my Facebook again because we had been through this. Like, he would call me like, why'd you log into my Facebook? I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't get in, and I'm looking at my at my Gmail, and my password has changed. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I hit him in his face, and he like, yo, like, what are you doing? And I hit him again. Why are you playing with me? And now I'm screaming, like, why are you playing with me? So he kind of pushed me off of him and like, dog, like, why are you playing? I'm like, no, you're playing. Like, you're talking to these hoes. You know the spiel. So he's not giving me the reaction that I want. Like, he's not apologizing. He's not nothing. Now he's just talking about me hitting him. Like, why am I putting my hands on him? And again, here's another Breeze message. Do not put your hands on no man. Now, of course, no man should put their hands on you, no matter what. But don't put a man in a position to put his hands on you by putting your hands on him. I was wrong. I should have never hit that man. I should have just did what I did next and then called it that. So he's not giving me the reaction that I wanted. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with you. Get the fuck out of my house. Period. Like, just get out of my house. So he like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I walk upstairs. Mind you, me and his family member live right across the street from each other, and I know you can go there, so it is what it is. I don't even feel like bad. Like, it's not like we live in Atlanta. We both moved down here from our state, and you don't got no family or friends. Nah, we on O Block. You got plenty of places you can go, and one for sure that's going to accept you there free of charge. You getting up out of here, period. So, cool. I kindly go upstairs, run upstairs almost. We had, in my room, we had the perfect setup, y'all. So we was living in a apartment at first. Now we living in a 3-story townhouse, basically, in the hood still, but it still was nice, nicer than almost any house I had lived in at that time. So downstairs is the living room and everything. Upstairs is our whole section, like our whole apartment, basically. You go up the steps, to the right is my sunroom, to the left it's a big area where it could have been some type of living room, but it's just the laundry. You know, you open the door, the laundry right there. We got our own bathroom, and then we got our own room, and then upstairs is my mom's room. Now, it's like the master suite was more so my room because it was huge and it had a double closet. So I'm sharing a whole closet with this man. Like, he got his own closet, I got my own closet. So I goes into his closet, starts pulling stuff down, pulling stuff down, pulling stuff down. Goes to the step, throwing it down. Because he didn't realize what I was doing. I don't know why he didn't put 2 and 2 together. I told you to get out, and then I went upstairs where your stuff is. Like, but he just was sitting there, and then he started hearing things tossed on the floor. He's like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Da-da-da. So then he starts to get my stuff. Like, he wanted to toss my stuff on the floor. And I said, oh, you going to be a bitch? Oh, you acting like a bitch? Yeah, you got to use that reverse psychology on him. So he like, yeah, I ain't even going to do that. I ain't going to do that. Da-da-da. Okay, good. He's like, I'll get my own stuff. Let me get a bag. I'll get my own stuff or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, this sounds so stupid as I'm telling the story. Because I'm the one that kicked them out, right? But you know how you tell somebody to leave or you kick somebody out and then they actually start to do it and you like, dang, like, I don't really want you to go. I don't really want you to go. I didn't think it was going to be that easy for you to leave. Like, I don't know. I still want to argue a little bit. I still want you in my presence. Like, stupid, I know. So, basically, we're downstairs. He got most of his stuff packed. He ain't had a lot of stuff. He had enough, but he ain't had a lot. So, he got most of his stuff packed, and we downstairs at the bottom of the step. So, I'm just like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm just expressing to him, why do I have to keep going through this? Like, I thought you loved me. Why do you keep putting me through this? Like, I'm asking him these questions because it's like, no, I don't feel fulfilled. Like, you leaving, I'm still going to be lonely. I'm still going to be in here crying. Like, I don't feel fulfilled. I need you to tell me something. Like, why are you doing this to me? So, anyway, I start to hit him again because I think he was sitting on the step trying to get his stuff in there or whatever. The stuff that I had threw down. So I started to hit him again. So he grabbed me. He like, yo, he kind of pushed me. He like, let's say if I went like this and he just like, yo, and like kind of flung my arm back or whatever. So I start charging at him. So he gets up like, yo, stop hitting me. So I'm like, no, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. So it's like he grabbed me and he just flung me on the floor. He never put his hands on me. Like, and I can say I definitely provoked it. So I think, yeah, he didn't have to fling me, but I was very angry. I was like a bull. I had a little drink in me. So I don't, what's the word? I don't blame him for doing what he did, because he was literally getting me off of him. Mind you, he did not have to fling me. But at the same time, he kind of did. Like, you know, and I'm not taking up for no DV situations or whatever. But I was the aggressor. Like, I was definitely the aggressor. I was putting my hands on him and I wanted blood. Like, I did that. So he would take me, fling me on the ground. Man, I got up off that ground, charged right back on. He like, yo, and like, we're both kind of laughing. Like, he like, yo, you're crazy. And I'm just like, no, why you keep doing this? Like, you know. So he like, yo, I'm about to leave. I'm like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You going to tell me, like, why you doing this? So eventually he starts to get his stuff and he starts leaving. I'm like, all right, well, whatever, F you. So he comes to get his last bag and I'm just like, yo, like, I just really want to know, like, why do you keep doing this to me? Like, I'm done with you. And he was like, well, just be done. Like, just like so nonchalant. Just that's how I feel like when I look back on the situation, like, he definitely, I don't want to say took advantage, but took advantage. Like, he knew that I was a good girl. He knew that I had things going for myself. He knew that my mom liked him. He knew that he could have his way in my household. And he really, I feel like, was standing around. I'm not going to say that he didn't love me, but in the real sense of love, he didn't love me. Because when you truly love somebody, you don't cheat on them. You don't play around with them. Like, you don't do those type of things. So that's why I know it's not real love. But I don't think that he honestly knew or even knows now. I don't know. I don't talk to the man. But I don't feel like at that time he really knew what real love was. Not that that's an excuse, but did he care about me? Like, yeah. Like, did he like me? Yeah. And in a sense, we did love each other. However, like, my type of love, I would not play with my man like that. Never. Not once. Period. But his type of love, he just felt like he could do what he wanted to do and still come home and everything was supposed to be sweet. So, whatever. So, I kick him out the house. It is what it is. I know I'm still see him. Obviously, we got a child together and he lived right diagonally from me. So, now this is how Dejanay ties into the story. Okay. So, the next day, like the very next day, okay, I went to work in the morning. I used to work from like 6 to 2 or 6 to 3 most times. So I came home. I still had my uniform on and everything, which is dirty, I know, whatever. I had my uniform on and I was on the couch taking a nap. Somebody knocking on my door. So I'm like, who's knocking on my door? Like, it's like somebody who obviously wants my attention, because it took me a minute to actually get up off that couch. I was knocked out. So I open the door and it's Fighter. Mind you, if you don't know Fighter, she's from the Storytime and me getting kicked out and we was fighting together. This is Finesse's homegirl. Like, I know for sure they ain't had nothing going on with each other. She was, you know, that one girl who be with all the dudes, but she's not. I think she did mess with one of them, but she wasn't like messing with him for sure. I knew that. Well, shoot, I don't know nothing, but no, for sure. I know she wasn't messing with him. They was more like bros and sis or whatever. So, okay, cool. So she knocks on the door. I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? Still halfway up. Halfway asleep. She like, you still want to fight Dejanay? And I'm just like, this is odd. Like, you know, why would you be knocking on my door randomly asking me if I want to fight Dejanay? And I'm just like, huh? And like, I'm just like mind boggled right now. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, do you still want to fight Dejanay? And I'm like, yeah. like, I could definitely handle that. Like, yeah, you know, because at this time, me and Dejanay had no back and forth. Mind you, Fighter followed both of us, or we was all, I don't know if she was Dejanay's friend, but I know me and her was friends. And obviously, she could see my wall, see me arguing with her, stuff like that. But I would say it had at least been a couple months since me and Dejanay actually had a little back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, I still want to fight her. And she said, well, she right down the street in the car with Finesse. You got to be kidding me. I'm like, what? Like, she like, yeah, I just walked past. She in the car with Finesse and a couple other people. And I'm just like, this ninja is so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Out of all the girls that he cheated on me with, that I did not like, he knew she was creme de la creme. He knew she was creme de la creme. Like, I could not stand this girl. I kicked you out of my house last night, and the next day you disrespected me on O Block, which is our block now. Yeah, I'm gang affiliated. And you got this hoe on our block, literally right, like, my house is on the is in the middle of the block. You are on the next corner with this girl. Disrespectful. Now, he know I'm not an outside chick, so I don't really be outside unless I'm with him, or, you know, I'm walking around with my friends, but I don't be out in this area. Plus, you know, I got my baby now. So he didn't expect me to know this information, but she knocked on my door. And guess what? You're going to have to tune into my next video to see what happened, and I'm telling you it's going to be worth it, because this is when I finally fought Dejanay. I'm just spilling that tea right now. It got cracking on O Block, period. But y'all, when I tell you these ninjas is so disrespectful, it don't make no sense. But y'all, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I promise you, I'm dropping this video on my birthday. So if I'm doing my job, today should be January 9th that I dropped this video. My birthday is January 11th. I will be dropping part 2, which will be the final part. I'm not going to keep prolonging everything, but the final part of me fighting that Dejanay, I'm going to drop that on my birthday, because why not? But all right, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.